What's up, guys? This is Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv, comic book artist, writer, and director, coming at you live and direct to talk today about something kind of serious, which is, are superheroes in comic books irrelevant, unimportant, a waste of time, fiction, or the exact opposite? I met somebody that said those very things to me, and it was very disturbing when I first heard it, but they said to me, Greg, why do you waste your time reading fictional fake superheroes? They're fake, they're fictional, they're not real. Why are you wasting your time with this? And he said that he only reads historical books based on historical figures and real people and real life stories. None of this superhero nonsense. Well, let me tell you my response and my reply to that gentleman and to anybody who thinks that way. I think that they have missed a major thing, and that is that the inventions and the things that exist today would not, if it weren't for the creative inventions that superheroes have made those scientists and those people who grew to be engineers what they are today. It was inspiration. Superheroes, comic books, cartoons inspire, and that's very important. Never disregard that, because if you recognize the reality that in a comic book, in a cartoon strip, Dick Tracy looked at his little watch and spoke to the video screen, to the person on the little watch, right? That was fantasy, that was fiction, that was fake, but that idea inspired a little boy and little people to one day grow up to be adults who became scientists, engineers, inventors, and they made it real, and it exists today. Now, we have that video watch. It's incredible. What about way back 75 years ago in the old Flash Gordon serials, when they would talk on that pretend fictional screen and they would speak to each other, video chatting? Well, guess what? We have video chat today. It comes from the inspiration that a human being felt when they saw a superhero comic book come to life. That's urgently important, because I believe that the creation of an important superhero with a great message, what do superheroes do? What do? They save people. They rescue people. They teach. They educate. They try to make you into your best self, the best version of yourself. I love superheroes. I love comic books. I had this jacket custom made based on my design, Kevlar proofed over here for bike riding, right? Why? Because I'm so inspired by it. But you know what inspires me more? When I go to Comic-Cons and I see the little kids run up and they give me a hug and they're all excited and they want me to sign books for them and they feel joy and inspiration. And they say, when I grow up, I want to do something good. I want to save people too. I think I'll become a doctor, right? So my father loved superheroes growing up. He was a little boy when Superman was invented, and he had the first Action Comics #1 featuring Superman. And he grew up to save lives, to donate his time as a medical doctor, to help people who couldn't pay, who couldn't afford, as well as people who could. He did both, but if they couldn't afford, he never turned somebody away, ever. He always helped them. He was always there for them, because he was a real-life superhero. Why? Because he grew up with a comic book. How many people would not be doctors, would not be engineers, would not be inventors, would not be scientists without comic books, without superheroes, without that great figure that came from someone's imagination to inspire them? How many little girls see Wonder Woman and feel, hey, maybe I'm not helpless, maybe I can be powerful and save people too? This is a very beautiful, beautiful concept that should never be lost. And just because something is fiction doesn't mean it isn't real. In fact, I think that, in my opinion, the creation of something, of a fictional character, is more real than any physical human being. Why? Because it lasts beyond a human's life. The creators of Superman and Batman and other wonderful heroes have outlived their creators. They've been alive longer than their own creators. That's amazing. And not only that, they continue to inspire. So that means that this human body we live in has a little idea, a little passion, a soul, an imagination. And that imagination creates fiction. And that, to me, is more real than the person themselves, because isn't a human being's idea and creation them? Isn't that what a human being really is when they're doing those things? So in my opinion, comic books and superheroes are even more real than human beings. So guys, post your comments below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Whatever it is, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for updates. This is comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv saying, never, ever give up the child in you. Keep living, keep enjoying, and I'll see you in the future. To be continued.